Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on this 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. Let's get started. Alright, here we are under the passenger side, and the oil pan is right here, and we'll use a 1/2 inch wrench to loosen up the drain plug. And you want to make sure your oil is somewhat warm. And we'll go ahead and let that drain. Alright, we got the oil drained, got the oil pan drain plug back on, tightened down to factory specs. So up next we will take the oil filter out, and that is right here. So I got a 24mm socket, and you want to use some extra care when you're doing this, because these oil filter adapter housings are plastic and you don't want to break it, because then it's not going to be good. They're not exactly an easy job to do, and I've been fortunate enough that this one is still the original. It's kind of a known problem with these things, so just go slow. You don't want to be putting any torque on it. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could probably take this air intake tube off to make life a little easier. And just kind of pull it straight out so you're not leaking oil everywhere. That's looks like right there. Okay, so here's the part number for the oil filter, and this is what it looks like. So this is a 2014. So I believe 2014 till they stopped making these, which I think is 20 or 21. It's probably going to use this part number. And I think 2013 and prior is going to be a different part number. So take that for what it's worth. So it does have an O-ring here that comes pre-installed on the filter, and in the box it has an O-ring for the cap. So we'll take this old one off. We'll just use a pick to get this one off. And I'll put the new O-ring on, just like that. And it just goes in that groove right there. All right. Now, go ahead and put the new filter in. You want to put a little bit of oil on both these O-rings. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, and then I just clip this oil filter into the cap, so you know you can't really pull it out. easily. And I just put the whole assembly in here. And then just go ahead and tighten it down. And you don't want to crank on this. It's the O-ring that seals it. So if you crank down on it, you run the risk of cracking this housing, and then you're in for a treat. So just go slow, put some oil on those O-rings. And once it stops, you stop. Don't go any further, because it is that O-ring that seals this. So it's not like an oil pan, you know, where you can kind of put some muscle into it and tighten the plug. All right, right there it stopped, and I'm gonna stop. You notice I didn't put any extra pressure on it when that stopped. All right, so oil filter's in. Now we'll put in the good stuff. All right, so this is the flavor I use. It is Castrol Edge. It's a full synthetic, and I use 530. I know it recommends 520, but for this motor, I've always used 530, and I'm going to stick with it. So, and it takes 6 quarts, so go ahead and fill it up. All right, we got our 6 quarts of oil in. Next step, we'll start it up, let it run for a few minutes, and check for leaks. But that's all for today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.